Good morning students. Welcome to offline classes for 9th standard. So we are discussing the chapter called atoms and molecules. In part 3 we have discussed about what is atom and how can we measure the size of an atom, and we have discussed about molecules we have discussed in previous classes. In today's class we are going to discuss next part of the chapter, that is what ions. So what is ion? Ion is what? Charged particles. The charged particles of an atom is called ion. This is it. Compounds contain metal and non-metal. Elements contain charged particles called ions. So here the elements, the compounds contain metals and non-metals, elements. So here the compounds already we have discussed. The compounds means it is a mixture of two or more elements, different elements, that is called what? Compounds in a different proportion, that is called what? Compound. So then compound may be the combination may be like metals and metals, or maybe metals and non-metals, that forms as what compound. The elements which are present in the compound, the elements which have charged particles, if they are having some kind of charges, then it is called what? Ions. An ion is a charged particle having positive or negative charge. The ion contains what? Ion is what? Charged particle. It may be a positive or may be a negative. That is called ion. If in case the particle, if it contains positive charge, such kind of ion what we call cation. In case if it is contained negatively charged, such kind of ion what we call the anion. So positive charged ion is called what? The cation. Negatively charged ion is called what? Anion. And how do you know valency? Valency is the combining capacity of an element. Valency is what? Is the combining capacity of an element. How it combines, how much it combines with the other element, that is called what? The valency. Here is some common ions and here valency. Just we see the number of the valencies here and the ion, the name of the ion and its symbol. Here one will see some example. The sodium, it is positively charged. So the plus indicates what? A positively charged ion it is. And what? A cation. And its valency is what? 1. The potassium, again it is positively charged. Its valency is 1. Silver, it is positively charged. Its valency is what? 1. These are all what? The positively charged ions and their valencies. Here you see some negatively charged ions and their symbols and their valencies. Again here we have some examples here. These are the different examples and their ions and their valencies. So we will see next one, that is about how to write chemical formula. How to write chemical formula. Whenever you want to write a chemical formula, what the methods, the rules you need to follow. So for example, NaCl we will write, NH3CO, Na2CO3 we will write. So sodium carbonate, NaHCO3 like a sodium bicarbonate, sodium hydrogen carbonate, sodium chloride. So like this, these are the different compounds. How can we write these formulas? Let me see here. Write the symbols or formula of the element or ion so that the symbol of the metal or positive ion is on the left and is on the left. See here, you just see once again, write the symbol or formula of the element or ion so that the symbol of the metal or positive ion is on the left side. So always the positive ion on the metal should be right in the left hand side, and the symbol formula of the non-metal or negative ion is on the right. So whenever if you want to write any chemical formula, always the metal should be come in left side or positive ion should come to left side, whereas the negative ion or non-metal should come as a right hand side. First, this is the first rule when you want to write a chemical formula of any compound. Write the second one. Write the valencies of the elements or ions below the elements or ions. So here their valencies and the ions should write below the elements. So below the elements. So here you just see the H2. So this is what 2 is what valencies. Valencies or ions we should write it down. Next, third rule. The cross over the valencies of the combining ions. So we should cross over the combining ions. Next, polyatomic ions. So here you see the crossing. The HCl, HC. So this is one. These are the valency. The hydrogen valency is what 1. Chlorine valency is what 1. So we need to cross this H1Cl. So we need to write a HCl. Same the same way. This is what third one. The fourth rule, the polyatomic ions should be enclosed in bracket before writing the formula. Polyatomic. So that we will see next term. Okay. So polyatomic ions. So many number of ions if they contain, that we have to write what we should write in a bracket. Okay. So these are some examples how to write a chemical formula. You just see here. One HCl already we seen HCl. Its valency is what 1. The chlorine valency is what 1. Then we should cross this. What happens? HCl. The same here, the hydrogen valency is what? Hydrogen valency is what 1. So sulfur valency is what 2. So then when we cross this, what happens? H2, yes. So in the same way, you just see here magnesium chloride. The magnesium valency is what 2. Chlorine valency is what 1. We need to cross magnesium chlorine. So magnesium MgCl2. The same way here, carbon and chlorine. Carbon valency is what 4. Chlorine valency is what 1. We need to cross this C1Cl4. CCl4. This is what carbon tetrachloride. We'll see some more examples on this basis. See next one. That is, here is the calcium oxide. The calcium, its valency is what 2. Oxygen valency is what 2. We need to cross this C2O2. Okay, Ca2O2. Instead of that, what we can write CaO, because their valency is what same. So instead of this, what we can write CaO. So here is one more. Aluminium oxide. The aluminium valency is what 3. Oxygen valency is what 2. We need to cross Al2O3. Same here, sodium nitrate. Sodium valency is what 1. Nitrogen valency is what 1. NaNO3. Like this. Same here, calcium hydroxide. Calcium valency is what 2. Hydroxyl group is its valency is what 1. Calcium CaOH2. Because the two are we need to write a bracket. Polyatomic, because this is polyatomic. There are two atoms are there. One CO, oxygen and hydrogen. There are polyatomic atoms, so that we should write a bracket. Here we see sodium carbonate. Sodium valency is what 1. Carbonate valency is what 2. This is also polyatomic. So here see Na2CO3. Na2CO3. So here formula of ammonium sulfate. Ammonium is what 1. Sulfate is what 2. Then NH4 twice, because polyatomic. So that we should write bracket. SO4 1. So NH4 twice, SO4. So like this, in this way, we will write a chemical formula for different compounds. You see, next one, the molecular mass or formula of unit mass. The molecular mass of a substance is the sum of the atomic masses of all the atoms in a molecule of the substance. How can we able to find the molecular mass, total mass of molecule? How can we write here? How can we detect them? So how many atoms are there? Their masses we need to add all together. We'll get what a molecular mass. So here molecular mass is expressed in atomic mass units. So anyway, atomic mass units means we need to compare with what a carbon-12 atom that we have discussed, standard value. So here molecular mass of water. So molecular mass of water is what H2. This is what H2 is a molecule. Its molecular mass, its total mass we need to find. How can we find here? So atomic mass of hydrogen is what 1, whereas atomic mass of oxygen is what 16. So we need to add oxygen total mass of hydrogen and total mass of oxygen. When you add these totally, we will get what total molecular mass of water we get. So we need to add the total molecular mass of individual elements which is present in the molecules. See here, molecular mass of water. So what is, how many hydrogens are there? 1. Okay, into how many hydrogen are there here? Hydrogen atoms are there here? 2. What is the what is the mass of hydrogen? 1. So 2 into 1 plus. So here oxygen, how many are there? 1 is there, and its mass is what? 16. So what happened? So here 2 plus 10 gives what? Okay, 2 plus 16 gives what? 18. 2 plus 16 what? 18. So here is what? 2 and plus 16. Its value is what? 16. So what happened? It gives what? 18 units. One more example we will see here. Nitric acid. What is, so we should add how much, what is the molecular mass of hydrogen plus what is the mass of hydrogen, mass of nitrogen, mass of oxygen. We need to add together. We will get what? The total molecular mass of nitric acid we will get. So atomic mass of hydrogen is what? 1 unit. Atomic mass of nitrogen is what? 14 unit. Hydrogen mass of atomic mass of oxygen is what? 16 unit. So we need to add 1 plus 14. What? 15. 15 plus 16 is what? 31. But 31. But here how many oxygens are there? 3 atoms are there. So we need to multiply 16 into 3. So 115. 16 plus into 3, 48. 48 plus 15, 63 units. So this is what, in this way we need to find the molecular mass of different compounds or molecules. Then last concept of the chapter, that is what? Mole concept. Here, so whenever if you want to find the total mass, so here for example there is a rice bag. In that rice bag, can you able to tell the how many rice are there in the packet? So we can't able to tell that. So we can't able to count how many are there. Or in case, tell me, if the student is asking one glass of water, so tell me, can you tell me able to tell the how many water drops are there in the, how many drops are there? We can be able to calculate the total mass of that water. It is not possible. So there is a one value is there, that is called what? A mole, that gives what? How many number of atoms are present in that particular glass of water or in a bottle of water. That is, we will see. The mole of a substance is that amount of the substance which contains the same number of the particles. So here is a mole of a substance. Any substance is that amount of the substance which contains the same number of particles or atoms, molecules, or maybe ions that are present in 12 gram of carbon 12. You see, the total number of particles or atoms present in 12 gram of carbon is carbon 12 is called 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. Okay, we say here we just compare the one particular value, that is what? 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. This is called what? Avogadro number. This is called a mole. So here 1 mole is equal to what? Is it just it represents what? The number of particles is equal to, see here, in case I already told you, in a glass of water or in a water bottle contain number of water is how many are there? How many are there? We can't able to tell, we can't able to calculate it. So we can calculate what is it? The total amount of water which is present in the glass of water or water bottle is equal to what? Is equal to what? 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. How many are there? This is the, okay, 6.022 10 raised to power point, and it represents a definite mass of substance is equal to the gram atomic mass an element or gram molecular mass of a compound. So this mass will compare with gram. So this is what the number, whatever the number will, how many particles are there? The particles, if, how can we say? We don't know, we can't able to calculate the number of the rice particles which are present in the packet of the rice bag. We can't able to count each and everything. So we can tell one particular value for that. This is the value 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. This is called what? Avogadro number. this value, in case if you want to compare with a gram, what happens? Gram atomic mass of element. It is its atomic mass expressed in the grams is equal to gram atomic mass of oxygen is equal to what? O2. 16 into 10 raised to 16 into 2 is equal to 32. How many oxygen are there here? 2 are there. What is atomic mass of oxygen? 16. 16 into 2 will get to 13 grams. 32 grams. 32 grams is what? Mass of the gram atomic mass of an oxygen. Gram atomic, here atomic mass we have discussed. Here gram molecular mass of the compound. Is its molecular mass expressed in grams? You see here gram molecular mass of water. So whatever mass we express in grams here. Molecule of water. So how many hydrogens are there? 2 into 1. Its atomic mass is what? 1. 2 into 1, 2. Plus oxygen, how many are there? 1. 1 into 16, 16. So 2 in plus 16 is what? 18 grams. So here, whatever the mass is there, we just comparing with the grams. That's it. Relationship between number of moles, mass, molecular mass, and number of atoms or molecules and Avogadro number. Just see here, it is a relationship between what? Mole, mass, molar mass, number of atoms or molecules, and the Avogadro number is equal to what? N. What is N here? The moles is equal to M. What is M? Mass by molar mass. N is what? Mole. Mole is equal to mass by molar mass. N is equal to here number of atoms or molecules present in the compound divided by Avogadro number. M is equal to mass is equal to total. So this is what N is what? Total number of mole into total number of molecules or atoms. And whereas M, total molecular mass, molar mass is equal to mole by and the number of moles. This is about what? The relationship between what? Mole, mass, molar mass, number of atoms or molecules present in that, and Avogadro number. This is about what? Mole concept. So this comes end of the chapter called atoms and molecules. In next class, we will discuss the next chapter from the science part. Thank you.